I'm gonna beat Blox fruits with no Robux, which means I can't use any real life money on the game. And on top of that, I can't use any money or any other form of currency in the game either. Even something as little as using ectoplasm, or something as little as using bones, I'm not doing. Ain't spending nothing on nothing. I can't spend any form of real life or in-game currency on Blox fruits. And yes, customizing my avatar like this did cost Robux, but that wasn't on Blox fruits, that was on the Roblox website. Because come on, I customize my avatar like this every time I'm beating the game. So once again, I just use Robux to customize my avatar in the avatar section on the Roblox website. Not a single dime has touched the actual Blox fruits game, okay? Okay, so at this point in the game, I was using a different microphone. So if I sound a bit off, that's why. I'll switch to the current microphone at some point in the first sea. I'll let you know when I do. And I'm in a private server, but no, I didn't pay for it. Don't freak out. What I really did was just went on Google, looked up free Blox fruits private servers, and moved on from there. Alright, I'm letting regular Zay with the old mic talk now. Bye. Now look at this. See? I'm only using the boats that are free, so no money's being wasted there either. And this 2 times XP is from the codes, obviously. Literally everybody starts like that. Now when it comes to fruits, I know 3 ways to get one without spending money. Technically 4, but the 4th way is kind of inefficient. If you're wondering what I mean, I'll explain it in a bit, but here's the first 3 ways I know. Starting off with number 1. Now the first way I know to get fruits without spending any money is fruit spawns. If you're wondering how I'm doing that without a fruit notifier, I'll explain after I kill this boss. Alright. For real, bruh. Here's how I'm gonna get fruit spawns without fruit notifiers. I know on weekdays a fruit spawns every hour, and on weekends a fruit spawns every 45 minutes. Nah, come here. Bop. But yeah, it's currently a weekday, and fruit spawn every hour. Alright, now listen to this. That was my phone alarm going off. Every time I join a server, I set a timer for 1 hour, because that's when a fruit spawns. Since I don't got a fruit notifier, I do that. Now if you're wondering how I'm gonna find this fruit, I'm gonna look up a YouTube video, and look up all the fruit spawn locations in the first sea. So I'm gonna go to all the locations, and I'll come back to you when I find the fruit. Oh, ho, ho, ho. And look at that. The YouTube video helped me out. Wait, what'd I just get stuck on? That's crazy though, my first fruit's a legendary. You know when this would have really helped out? I did a video where I beat this game and spun a fruit every 100 levels, but I couldn't eat the fruit unless it was a legendary or mythical, and I didn't spend neither of those until I got to the 3rd sea. So me getting a legendary on my first fruit in this video is crazy. And you know what else is also crazy? The video I used to find every fruit spawn location in the 1st sea was a video I made. I just used my own tutorial that I made in 2023. So thank you Past Zay for that. You just got me a legendary. Yo, this stuff's way better than the barrier fruit. Like, look, this is so fun. Did saying that make me sound 3 years old? You know what? I don't care. This is fun. Now, there is one thing I'm worried about with the fruit spawns. When a fruit spawns, it despawns after 20 minutes. And I feel like when I'm checking all the fruit spawn locations, if the fruit happens to be in the last spot I check, by the time I get there, the fruit's gonna have despawned. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong though, maybe I will have enough time. Alright, back to me setting a timer every time I join a private server. I make sure to join a server by myself before I set the timer, like how I'm alone right now. By the way, another fruit's about to spawn in around 2 minutes. Or right now it says 1 minute and 35 seconds, 34 seconds, 33 seconds. Alright, you get it. I thought I could do the quest at least 1 time before the fruit spawned, but I couldn't even do that. I still had 2 more enemies to kill, and I'm not wasting time killing them. The fruit despawns in 10 minutes, we gotta go. Okay, I found this last second. I had my eyes on the clock. I'm pretty sure I had like around 3 minutes left before a fruit despawned. Is this a Logia or no? If it is, I'll eat it. No, it's not. I'll still store it though. But my worries were true. I cannot search every fruit spawn location under 20 minutes. So whenever a fruit spawns, I just gotta hope it doesn't spawn in the last place I'ma check. Or else I'm screwed, I ain't getting it. Back in 2024, when I got fruit spawns until I got Kitsune, after getting 2 fruit spawns in a server, sometimes I would never get a 3rd fruit spawn notification. I don't know why. So then I just rejoined the private server after every 2 fruit spawns. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now, rejoining the server after every 2 fruit spawns. Why am I telling you that? I don't know, for some transparency I guess. The next 2 ways to get a fruit without spending money is raids. One of the raids is a factory raid, and the other one is a power raid. But the factory raid's in the 2nd sea, and the power raid's in the 3rd sea. By the way, if it ever feels like a fruit's taking too long to spawn, like right now, obviously I'm not playing this game 24/7 and I'm taking breaks and getting off. And when I rejoin, the fruit spawn timer resets. But yeah, when a fruit feels like it's taking too long to spawn, that's why. Okay, now back to the factory raids and power raids. The factory raid's in the second sea, so I can only do that there. And the power raid's in the third sea, so I can only do that there. Now the fourth way to get a fruit without spending money, which I'm not even gonna do because I can't. The fourth way is ship raids, which you can do in the second and third sea. Okay, fruit has spawned, let's go get it. I found it quickly, it was already on this island, and it's a spike fruit again. Well, I can't eat it because I want to keep this creation fruit, but I also can't store it because I already have a spike fruit right here. So I'm just gonna have to drop it in the ocean from all the way up here. Let me actually follow it while it falls. Oh yeah, that's gone. The reason I can't do it is because since I'm not spending any money, the only ship I can use is the free one. And come on, you know that thing doesn't have enough HP to survive a ship raid. Even if I did somehow beat the ship raid, there's a low chance of a fruit dropping anyways when you finish it, so it's not even worth it. Now when it comes to fruits, I know 3 ways to get one without spending money. Technically 4, but the 4th way is kind of inefficient. In this scenario, the only valid ways for fruits are fruit spawns, factory raids, and power raids. Prisoner, confirm, quest accepted. Fruit spawn. It's a spike fruit again. Go home, lil bruh. Alright, sadly my 2 times XP is gone now. God, now the real test begins. Now, what fruit do I want to use to get to max level? You guys already know the obvious answer is the Buddha fruit. But, for those of you who saw my last video, no, don't get my hopes up. Bro, they tease me with the mammoth fruit of all fruits. Like that's literally Manny from Ice Age, bro. They know I love those movies. What's your favorite legendary to level up with? And what's your favorite mythical to level up with? For legendaries, I'd have to say I'm going with Buddha. I feel like there shouldn't even be an explanation for that. And for mythical, I'm gonna go with Mammoth. Is there some bias in that choice? Obviously. Okay, now are you starting to see what I'm getting at here? Pause, fruit's here again. Okay, I found the fruit. It's a spring fruit. Don't think I'm choosing it over creation though, so it's going in the storage. Now what I said about the mammoth fruit earlier, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Zay, are you really gonna give up using the best leveling up fruit in the game? Just because you like Ice Age that much? Now let me explain myself. Let's say I get a Buddha fruit spawn. If that happens, I will easily pick that up. But if any time after that, a mammoth fruit ends up spawning, I'll pick that up even faster. Even if that spawned before the Buddha fruit, I would still pick it over Buddha and keep it. A fruit just spawned when I'm this close to leveling up. No way. It better be worth it. Oh, a rocket fruit. Crazily enough, this is making me consider switch off creation. Alright, can you leave me alone? Back on the Coliseum Island 2, I was considering switching out creation for Spike, because there's 2 creation abilities I'm not messing with. Let me store this real quick. But the 2 abilities I'm not messing with are Batter Up and Magic City. Let's start with Batter Up, look at this. This one only targets 1 person. See? And Magic City, you can also do this too, where you make them bounce back and forth. That can do a lot of damage though, but it can take a while to get that to happen. And plus, that was just 1 enemy too. Imagine trying to round up multiple. So much work for a run with no 2 times XP. I don't think it's worth it. By the time I get back to the Coliseum, I'll decide which fruit I pick. And by decided, I meant looking up fruit showcases on YouTube. Based on what I saw, I definitely think both fruits are better than creation when it comes to leveling up. But I think it comes down to Spike. Only reason it won is because it has 1 more extra attack than Rocket. They both have 4 abilities, but Rocket's 4th ability is a traversal that doesn't do damage. Spike's attacks though, they all do damage. So I'm going with Spike on this one. Now I wish I ate this when I first got it as a fruit spawn, cause I sure would've had all my attacks right now. I'd say that fruit spawn was worth pausing leveling up when I was almost near the next level. If you really want to know why I'm doing all this, it's just because I like Ice Age. Editing Zay here, let's just say I got some good news. And now, I have an excuse to do a whole video with it. Fruit spawned again. I know, it looks like I didn't make that much progress since the last one that spawned. Look, after that, I ended up AFK longer than I expected, alright? Ooh, flame fruit. Yes, sir. Give me that. Spike fruit, I know I just ate you, but I'm sorry. Move out the way. Now this is what I'm talking about. And on top of that, it's a Logia. Finna do some real damage with this. Look at that. Can't even touch me because I got a Logia fruit. Alright, now let me start defending the Mammoth fruit just in case some people are hating. But before that, a fruit spawned, so yeah.
Edit and Zay here. I know these last 3 fruit spawns were very frequent, and I'm sorry about that. I was just AFK a bunch at that point, so a lot of time passed by while I wasn't leveling up. In the future, you'll slowly see me fix this problem, I promise.
Now back to defending the Mammoth fruit. For one, it's a transform fruit just like Buddha, so they both make you take less damage from enemies when you transform. Which also means they both got that M1 range.
Edit and Zay here. Notice how my fighting style doesn't damage him. Why? Because you need hockey equipped for fighting styles to damage this boss. But I can't buy hockey because I'm not spending any money, so I can only damage him with my fruit.
But yeah, back to the M1 ranges. Both Mammoth and Buddha have longer M1 ranges because they're transformed fruits. Don't get me wrong, Buddha's M1 range is obviously better than Mammoth's. But it doesn't take away from the fact that the Mammoth fruit has a long range M1, which really helps with leveling up. Even though Mammoth isn't the best fruit for leveling up, it's still a good fruit for leveling up. Now I have an actual valid reason to use it instead of the reason just being I like Ice Age. Okay, a new fruit's appeared, so let's get out of here. Ooh, that rhymed. A ice fruit. Do I want this over flame? To me, the flame and ice fruit in this game is like yin and yang. Do I want to replace flame with this? Actually, I think I'm gonna keep using flame. There's one attack this fruit has, I think it's the second one, where it pushes the enemy away. With the flame fruit so far, I've been able to keep all the enemies close to me. Sometimes they might get a tiny bit far, but it's not far enough to where it gets annoying. And I know this ice fruit has an ability like that, where it can push them far away to where it can kinda be annoying. Cause I'm trying to get these enemies killed pretty quickly. Gotta get these levels up, especially cause I don't got 2 times XP. I'll keep flame and store the ice fruit for now. Alright, it's currently the Valentine's event right now.
Okay, yes, I recorded this around February and March and didn't upload until the end of summer, but that's because of editing issues that I fixed by now, so we're back on track.
I know there's some Valentine's stuff happening in the 3rd sea. I don't know about the 1st sea, I think there is. But if you see any of that stuff happen in this sea, that's why. Pause, a fruit spawn's calling my name. Well, look at that. The Valentine's event is happening in this sea. No. No, that's not what I think it is. Wait, no, let me get it just in case my game crashes, but...
If you're wondering why I'm looking down, I think I just saw my favorite fruit in the game, but I'm not 100% sure. So now when I check again, my screen's pointed down, which means I won't see the fruit until it's right next to me. That way I can surprise myself.
Oh, it is what I think it is? No way! Bro, there's no way. I just got a Mammoth fruit. Are you serious? It's my first mythical too. Dude, there's no way. What are the chances of this? Like seriously, what are the chances of me getting a Mammoth fruit right after I was just talking about it and it being my first mythical? Like, I hope you guys know, we're staying with this fruit for the rest of the video. Even if I get a Buddha fruit, there's no switching off this. No way, bro! Guys, trust me, I'm just as confused as you. I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. How am I gonna get up there? If only I had that flame fruit flight ability. I'm not switching off the Mammoth fruit. This isn't even this fruit's fault, because I know when you unlock the transform ability, it has a pretty big jump. You can jump pretty high. That plus the double jump would probably get me up there, especially if I jumped off this tree. So it's not the Mammoth fruit fault. How would I mean, I have slime fruits that could get me up there, but like I said, I'm not switching off this fruit. Alright guys, I just stopped recording to test out stuff, and I got it. Look at this. Double jump. Boom. Boom. There we go. You want to know what I would have done if there was actually no way for me to get up here? We're going to be in this upper sky area until I'm level 625. Once I reach that level, I can move on to the fountain island. So I would have stayed in the underwater island until I was that level, if I couldn't get up here. Now a fruit spawned, so let me go get that. I got it, I got it. Not going to use this, but I'll store it, cause why not? By the way, I found out I don't even have to get on these trees to go up there. I don't even have to jump. Look at this. All I had to do. No jumping, no dashing, it was that simple. You're probably wondering why I'm still getting fruits if I already got the one I need. Well, in the second sea, once you reach the level qualification to go to the third sea, you still can't go to the third sea if you didn't do the special lore quest yet. And for one of those quests, you need a fruit that's a legendary or higher. I've had some spawn for me before, but remember, I ate those. Once I do that second sea quest, I'll still keep trying to get fruits. Just for the fun of it, you know? I want to see what crazy stuff I can get.
In the second sea, y'all just stick to factory raids for fruits. And in the third sea, y'all just stick to power raids for fruits. You know what's gonna happen to you, right?
I switched microphones, by the way. I don't know if I sound different, but if I do, that's why. Okay, I'll admit that the mammoth fruit without transformation isn't the best for grinding. Like, most of its attacks are the types that push enemies away, and I'm not a fan of that when leveling up.
Like when I had the flame fruit, the attacks had little to no pushback, which is probably why a lot of people would say that's a good fruit to level up with. Look up a tier list of how good fruits are to grind with, and most of the time you'll see flame fruit on the upper end of that list. Edidenze here, I just noticed that mammoth's up here with flame, which is sick first of all, but I do think this is specifically talking about the transform version. All the more reason for me to get there though.
Now there's a fruit that needs me, so I'll be right back. Okay, wow, that's a nothing burger of a fruit. It's still something I can store though, so I ain't complaining.
Okay, Cyborg. The last boss I'm fighting before I'm a mammoth. Cyborg boss is dead, and I got through the whole first sea without spending any Robux or in-game currency. It would have been cool though if I got this fruit's transformation ability at the end of this sea. But there's nothing wrong with that, cause it means we're gonna start off the second sea with the transformation. So it's all good. Now let me kill a lore boss real quick so I can go to the second sea. So this is where my mammoth fruit's reaching its true form. I can already see we're about to get a lot of kills and do a lot of bonding together in here. Bro, look at my mastery. Literally one number away. It's actually happening. The bar is right there. Y'all ready to unlock this? Oh my. Okay. 3, 2, 1. There it is! Oh my god, look at that. Got a full transform mammoth fruit without spending any money or in-game currency. Got it all for free. Okay, let me try to just M1 and go crazy. Look at that. I can just do this. Look at the damage. Look at that, they're already half HP. Just from M1s. Alright, I'm gonna keep grinding and enjoying this, so I'll see y'all when I'm at level 750. Oh my, this is so much better than before. I also realized there might be better ways to kill enemies than just them ones. But the factory raid's about to start like right now, so I'm doing that first. Yo, how did I do this? Hold up. Oh, so I could just sit here and do this. Alright, bet. Way easier than running around the top while trying not to fall off. And the first fruit in the second sea is... spin. Well, I don't need it anyway, so let's see where it falls from. From the mouth? I don't know if it's meant to drop from there when I'm transformed like this, but if it is, that's actually cool. Oh yeah, I got it. Do that to get through. Let's see how long it takes to kill 4 enemies. I'm gonna start counting whenever I hit them. Edidenze here. See how I'm pausing every time the mammoth fruit does this little roar? That's not me just waiting.
There's just a 2-second cooldown after I do that, and then I can start swinging again. Okay, back to regular Zay.
29 seconds. Now watch this. I'm gonna try to kill 4 enemies again, but while only holding down the stampede ability. Oh my god, I was right. Stampede is definitely better than them ones. Yo, this fruit transformation is amazing. See, this is why you're my favorite fruit in the game, cause look at how much you helping me out right now. I know I could have just got Buddha and automatically been able to transform too, instead of using Mammoth and wait until my mastery gets all the way to 300 to be able to transform. I know the Buddha option would be a really easy choice in that scenario. But you know I gotta stay loyal to my favorite fruit. And as you can see, it was worth it. Alright, now who finna get beat down by this Mammoth? Marine lieutenants? Bro, y'all beating just got saved cause this raid has started. But trust me, once this raid's over, it's up. And the second fruit we're getting in this sea is a magma fruit. I know when this fruit's awakened, it's one of the most damaging fruits in the game, but where would it rank if it wasn't awakened? I've always wondered that. Yeah, y'all thought y'all was safe from that beating, huh? That's why you never get too comfortable. Just because the Stampede ability is the fastest way to kill enemies, doesn't mean it's the only thing I should be using. Because to use that, I gotta be all up in the enemy's face. But here's where the M1 comes back into play. The ability stun locks and drags them with me for a few seconds. Once that stun lock's over, I can still damage them, but they're not stuck being dragged anymore. And they can fight back now. And since I have to be in their face for the attack to work, I'm just damaging them while they're damaging me. Whenever I start getting low from the Stampede ability, I switch to my M1s. Because look at that, I can do it from a range and I don't gotta be all in their face. Hey, this is my first time trying to level up with the Mammoth fruit, so we both learning things together. I have a pretty good feeling the factory raid's about to start during this fight. So, a raid did happen, but I missed it. Look, I'll explain how once I make it to the next island, alright? I don't even want to drive a boat, I just want to stay in this form, so I'll just travel from island to island this way. Now here's how I missed the raid. You know how when you're near the factory, its health bar pops up when the raid's starting? Well, I forgot that bar only appears when you're near the factory. I was wondering why the bar wasn't appearing at the top of my screen. Now I know why. The chat does announce when the factory raid's about to happen, and I was getting chat notifications. I just never checked because I thought it was for other sea events. Clearly I was wrong. Never making that mistake again, trust me. By the way, look at that, 1000 levels without spending any real life money or endgame currency. Alright, factory raid starting, let's get to it. Alright, what's the raid got in store for me this time? Another magma fruit, look at that, 2 in a row. Go ahead and drop that from the mouth or whatever it drops from, and let's go continue this quest right here. Alright, the quest is completed, and now, it's time for some more. Another island finished. I still can't get over the fact that my first mythical was literally a mammoth fruit. Because trust me, just because I haven't been talking about it doesn't mean I haven't been thinking about it. Speaking of fruits. Imagine I get a mythical. Oh, imagine though. Imagine if I predicted it. That would have been crazy. Oh, yep, that's right. Already got one. Yeah, out the mouth you go. Imagine I never end up getting a fruit better than Mammoth in this video. Or maybe I will. Hopefully that's what happens. Just thinking about the other possibilities. And remember, we're not doing ship raids to get fruits. If you remember why we're not doing that, then good. But if you don't, then forget about it. Hold on, another quick interruption by a raid, so let's put our focus onto that real quick. Let's see if the raid was worth the interruption. Oh my god! No way! No actual way! Yo! Zay, run back what I just said. Let's see if the raid was worth the interruption. The raid was 100% worth the interruption. Man, get that spring fruit out of here. Imagine I never end up getting a fruit better than Mammoth in this video. Or maybe I will. Hopefully that's what happens. Just thinking about the other possibilities. This is definitely staying in my inventory. Ain't going nowhere else. I mean, where else would it go? Now, am I switching off the Mammoth fruit for Leopard? No. I already told y'all in the first sea, once I get Mammoth, I'm not picking any other fruit over it. I really need to get another good fruit before reaching the end of this sea though. Because remember earlier whenever I said before leaving the second sea, there's an unskippable quest you gotta do? One that requires a legendary fruit or higher, and so far the only fruit of that level that I have in my inventory is leopard. So if I get to the end of the second sea and have to do that quest, and leopard's the only good fruit I got, then I'll have to get rid of that good of a fruit just for a quest, which I'm not trying to do. And yes, I can fit through these things. The fruit makes me big, but not that big. But yeah, hopefully I get another good fruit before reaching the end of this sea, just as a throwaway for the quest. Bulldozing through these dudes with Mammoth. What's up, NPC? You know the drill, I gotta do some of your quests. Alright, give me a second. Legendary or mythical, legendary or mythical, legendary or mythical. Come on. Oh, I mean, alright, that's another pass. I think. I didn't get a legendary or mythical, but I did get a fruit and a gun, so I'll let it slide. Get these NPCs out of my face, man. Now these next NPCs, go ahead and get them in my face, cause I need that XP. All for me. The XP, I mean. The XP is what was all for me. Arctic Warriors, alright, come on. Now what time is it? That's right, it's factory time. I'd hope it's a legendary at the very least, but I know it won't be. Oh! Bro! Again? What is happening right now? I can't do this, bro. This is too much of a good thing. Like, what the? Oh my, bro. I don't think you realize how insane this is though. These last two mythicals I got weren't just regular mythicals. They're high tier mythicals. Let me show you. This is the first mythical, and this is the second one. Now Spirit and Leopard, they are way up on the higher end. Look at how close they are to fruits like Kitsune, Control, and Dragon. What's even more insane is how quick I got the two. I think I got Leopard from the factory raid, then I got a Smoke Fruit, then I got a Spirit Fruit. That's insane how I got two mythicals that quickly. And I like how the game's messing with me too. Cause earlier I said I wanted another good fruit so it could be a throwaway for a future quest. So instead of giving me any of these fruits, they decide to give me the fruit that's right below Leopard, just so it can still hurt to throw it away. So yeah, nice one Blox Fruits, nice one. That's a crazy run I just had with the factory raids. Man, I remember the days when it was just me and my combat fighting style. So one of these enemies dropped the hidden key and I used it to unlock the box for the Rengoku sword. Am I gonna use it? No, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a cool addition to my inventory. Alright, what's up, Ice Admiral? Alright, goodbye, Ice Admiral. Final island approaching. Well, actually, I should have said final island for this sea approaching. Factory raid. Let's see, is this gonna be one for the books? Oh, okay. It tried to be. It definitely tried to be. Now, anyone who's ever PvP'd in this game before, like I have, would know how amazing this fruit can be in PvP. But when it comes to killing enemies fast for leveling up, this thing is definitely on the lower half of how useful a fruit can be for that. It still has my respect though, due to what it's done for me with PvP in the past. So far, the mythical fruits I've gotten are Mammoth, Spirit, and Leopard. But when it comes to legendaries, I've only got two, Creation and Portal. Like, huh? Now it's starting to feel like legendary is the ultimate rarity instead of mythical. Watch I never get a mythical again and start getting legendaries. I mean, earlier you guys already heard me talk about how it looks like the game has a sense of humor. And I like how the game's messing with me too. Cause earlier I said I wanted another good fruit so it could be a throwaway for a future quest. So instead of giving me any of these fruits, they decide to give me the fruit that's right below Leopard, just so it can still hurt to throw it away. Nice one, Blox Fruits. Nice one. So what I just said might not be so far off. Look at that. Just ran all over. Got through the first and second sea without spending any real life money or any in-game currency. But I can't celebrate just yet, cause now I gotta do those unskippable lore and boss quests. Alright, the signs for this puzzle are invisible for some reason, so I'm just gonna look up a YouTube video and follow where the person goes. Oh, now this quest. This is what I've been alluding to the whole video. Cause earlier I said I wanted another good fruit so it could be a throwaway for a future quest. But yeah, hopefully I get another good fruit before reaching the end of this sea, just as a throwaway for the quest. Remember earlier whenever I said before leaving the second sea, there's an unskippable quest you gotta do? One that requires a legendary fruit or higher?
Well, in the second sea, once you reach the level qualification to go to the third sea, you still can't go to the third sea if you didn't do the special lore quest yet. And for one of those quests, you need a fruit that's a legendary or higher.
Bring me an expensive Blox fruit to prove yourself worthy of speaking to Swan. See? I told you. I gotta give him a fruit that's legendary or higher. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized. I can give him Portal. I don't have to give away a mythical. Why did I forget that? This whole time I was thinking, bro, I'm gonna have to throw away a whole spirit fruit just for a quest. I got this legendary fruit right here. It's not like I forgot about Portal, because I definitely didn't. And I know it's a legendary. Why did I forget I could just give it to him instead of the spirit fruit? That's weird. That's something that should be obvious. I mean, here you go. I still got my mythicals. That's weird though. How could I forget something so simple? Whatever. It is what it is. Now let's go kill off Indra. Oh, there we go. We made it. Made it all the way here without spending any money on this game. Hard work is paying off. Hard work is definitely paying off. And the era of the factory raids are also over, because since we're in the third sea now, that means we're officially in the era of the pirate raids. Oh, speaking of pirate raids, let me go ahead and head to Castle of the Sea right now. Yep, there the enemies are. Final enemy right here. First fruit of the third sea. Okay. Pretty good fruit to level up with. But you already know I ain't switching up on Mammoth. I had to go a long distance to get here though, so let me just set my home to this area. Now whenever I click this, it should say, yep, alright. And I'm still not doing ship raids, by the way. Didn't do them in the first or second sea, and I'm sure not doing them now that I'm in the third sea. Now this boss has the chance to drop my favorite accessory in the game, so hopefully I get it first try. Yes! There we go, finally! Editing Zay, how many tries was that? I knew it was gonna take some time, but I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit longer than I expected. Alright, now let me show you what the pilot helmet can do. This is me without the pilot helmet. This is me with it equipped. Yeah, see that speed? Best gear in the game, in my opinion. Alright, new sea, new gear, and now it's time for a new island. Got some Dragon Crew enemies coming up. Alright. Pirates are back. But I don't even gotta run all the way over there anymore. Since I set my spawn there, I can just... Can I store this or did I already get one? Yep, I can store it. 600 mastery. Wait, no way. 600 mastery and I'm level 1600. Stars are literally aligning, bro. Alright, so you guys remember back when I said this?
By the way, if it ever feels like a fruit's taking too long to spawn, like right now, obviously I'm not playing this game 24/7 and I'm taking breaks and getting off. And when I rejoin, the fruit spawn timer resets.
As I've progressed, there's now 2 extra reasons to why it may feel like it's been longer than usual since the last time I've gotten a fruit. One is whenever I see somebody join the private server I'm in, I just automatically leave and find another one. Like I'm not gonna wait for the raid to start just for when it happens someone else is also there trying to do the raid. Hey, I was just talking about you. See, notice how there's nobody else here I have to compete with? Just me. Dang, I'm finna kill Tanky before I kill the other enemy. Let me just... Please. If I don't kill this enemy first, it's really gonna bother me. There we go. Another flame fruit. Drop it out of my mouth. But yeah, anytime someone else joins, they almost always have more bounty than me, which means they're most likely stronger than me and could get the raid done quicker than me, or straight up just kill me when I get there, so yeah, I'm not risking all that. Sorry about the first attack being hard to see because the camera was zoomed in, but it's a creature of this size going in an area of that size. I mean, what'd you expect? Now come on, Mammoth Crew, we got places to be. I already gave y'all the first reason of whenever it feels like it's been too long since the last time I did a raid. Now it's time for the second reason, which is more of a mental thing, which is me purposefully skipping raids when I feel like I haven't made that much progress since the last time I did a raid. Clearly this one isn't gonna be skipped though. Now back to what I was saying. I think it's because I'm used to doing these videos when I have 2 times XP, but I don't have it for this video, so whenever I finish a raid, by the time the next one comes around, I only have around 2 missions completed, or even 1, because there's times where I'll be AFK for a few minutes to go do something. Man, watch me kill this boss just by stomping on him. And caked. Just in case y'all forgot, yes, I can use my free boat to travel across islands. I'm just doing it this way because I want to stay transformed as the mammoth, because you gotta untransform to be able to sit in the boat. Floating Turtle Island, probably the most iconic place in the Third Sea. Now there is something I'm worried about on this island. There's 2 bosses here, right? Captain Elephant and Beautiful Pirate. Now Captain Elephant, he's fine, but Beautiful Pirate, that might be the one I'll be having some problems with. You see, the Beautiful Pirate is one of those bosses that'll kill you, and once you respawn, by the time you get back to them, they'll already have full HP. The other bosses I remember doing the same thing is the Dawn Swan boss from the second sea and the Saber boss from the first sea. Before I start killing these enemies, I got a raid to do. Well, time to get a rocket fruit. Oh, I didn't get a rocket fruit. Got a bomb fruit, okay. Now it's time to continue progressing to the dreaded Beautiful Pirate boss. I could try to fight from a long distance so I don't get damaged or killed, but the only long distance attack I got is this. Captain Elephant, huh? Alright, let me show you who the real elephant is, or mammoth. Okay, I unlocked the Beautiful Pirate mission once I'm level 1950, so if I can't kill the boss, I'll just do the previous mission until I'm level 1975. That's the one after the Beautiful Pirate mission, so I'm basically saying if I can't kill the boss then I'll just skip it. Okay, time for the boss. It all comes down to this, am I gonna kill him or am I gonna skip him? Yeah, that fight was easier than I thought. I was definitely worrying too much. I took less damage than I expected to. Probably because I'm transformed right now. You take less damage when you're transformed, right? Yeah, I think you do. The damage thing was like the main worry that I had, but it just ended up being instantly negated. When my HP got low, I used the second and third attack to go in the air and out of the enemy's range. Then when my health got back up a little bit, I dropped down and continued fighting the boss. If you're wondering why I didn't just jump to get away, I can only jump 2 times. Being able to jump more than twice is an ability you gotta pay for, and I ain't buying nothing. Alright, it's time for you know what again. Which also means it's time for whatever fruit I'm about to get, I don't know. There's your answer. Talk about being weak. Alright, come on now, Manny, let's go ahead and continue these quests. This sea hasn't given me my first legendary or mythical fruit yet. The first sea gave us 1 legendary and 1 mythical, the second sea gave us 1 legendary and 2 mythicals, and the third sea gave us nothing so far. That could change in the future though. Ooh, but which one gave us the best fruit so far? Alright, starting off with legendaries, first sea gave me creation and second sea gave me portal. Portal is better than creation, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, so creation's right here and portal's right there. Yeah, it's better. And I got that from the second sea, which means so far the second sea's given me the best legendaries. The first sea gave me Mammoth and the second sea gave me Spirit and Leopard. So with Leopard being the best fruit, that means the second sea gave me the best mythical and the best fruit overall. Now will that change at the end of this sea, or will it not? We're gonna have to find out. Maybe now's the time to get a legendary or mythical. Let's see, is it time? Nope, sadly doesn't look like it. I wonder what I'd be using right now if I hadn't found Mammoth yet. I think it would definitely be between Magma and Tiger, because Tiger is a transformed fruit, but Magma's like the highest damaging fruit in the game, right? Edidenze, can you fact check that? I want to say Magma, but a part of me feels like I would choose Tiger to make the video more interesting. I don't think I would pass up a fruit that high value, unless I had like Buddha or something. Dead End Berry. For the Cake Queen boss, I know there's a small entrance that Mammoth can't fit through. I'ma have to turn off transformation to fit through that door. I'm not doing that on screen though, cause I just want y'all to keep seeing me as the Mammoth. I'm outta here, dude. Another stampede victim. Alright, now let's move it. Now let's time skip to me finishing this mission in 3, 2, 1, and... So you know how the Cake Queen boss we just fought is a sword user and uses the buddy sword? If she was a fruit user, what fruit do you think she would be using to fight? After thinking about it while doing this mission, I was gonna say the dough fruit, but then I remembered there's already a raid boss here who uses that fruit. So if we're going off color scheme, then I think if the Cake Queen used the fruit, it would either be the love fruit or the pain fruit. I've got these random fragments here, even though I didn't buy any. I most likely got them from important story quests I've done while progressing this game. One story mission I'm the most certain gave me fragments is when I had to talk to that guy in the cafe in the second sea. Like I bet you a portion of my fragments came from that. Edidenze here. There's a simple reason I have this many fragments, and every time I got them the game literally tells me. I just wasn't paying attention. Now look at this. Let's see, is it time? Nope. Yeah, the game's been telling me I got fragments every time I completed a power raid. I just never noticed, so I'ma go my bad on that one. And whenever I said this, one story mission I'm the most certain gave me fragments is when I had to talk to that guy in the cafe in the second sea. Yeah, nah, you get no fragments from doing his quests. So it turns out I was wrong about that too. I'm just taking a bunch of L's right now. Somebody joined the private server, so I thought I had to leave, but then they left. Like immediately. So look at that, I'm still in the clear. I like that I keep talking about how I haven't gotten a legendary or mythical fruit from the pirate raid yet, even though fruit spawns are still happening and one or more of those fruits have probably spawned by now. Well look at that, it's like I spoke it into existence. The raid, not the fruit spawns. Now let's see if I spoke a good fruit into existence. I mean, the answer for that would be no unless I'm going against sword enemies. But yeah, it's also possible that a good fruit hasn't spawned yet while I've been in this third sea. Not like I would know, I stopped doing them ever since I got to the second sea. Man, sometimes I'm looking at this mammoth and it just makes me happy. Because if you sit and think about it, I really got lucky with my situation. Like, I got this fruit pretty early on. I got it in the first sea, so I got to have the most time with it. Definitely more time I would have had if I got it in the second or third sea, especially because of the fact that transformation is the last ability you unlock. You gotta get to 300 mastery before you even get to play as the mammoth. but I got all that hard work out the way early since I kinda got the fruit so fast, which led to me spending most of the video with the actual Mammoth transformation. Another raid coming my way. Alright Blox Fruits, how you feeling? Oh wait, I got 2 chops in a row there. Yeah, cause I just got a chop from this raid, and for the raid before that one, I also got chopped, so yeah, I got 2 in a row. I wonder if that's my first time getting 2 fruits in a row in this video. Yes, the rain this island has, bro. It just sets the mood for me, and I like it. I like it a lot. Look at that, almost $40 million. I think we can even make it to 50 million, I really do. Now 60 million, I don't think I'll get that much, but I think I'll get close. My guess is that I'll be somewhere between 55 and 60 million. I don't know though, let's see if I'm right by the end of this video. Yep, that's my cue. How much luck I got going on right now? Well, there's the answer. Now let's say I'm wrong about me having 55 to 60 million dollars after this. If that's the case, then however much money I actually have, we'll compare that amount to my guess and see how close I was to being right. So I just realized I did a mission twice earlier, which set me back. Editing Zay here again. I'ma just explain what I meant by that real quick. Okay, so this is when I was entering the island, right? I started the Owl Outlaw mission, right? Then when I finished it, I went ahead to the Island Boy mission. Now I must have taken a break or something because watch this. See that? For some reason, I went back to doing the All Outlaws mission. I don't know what I did, but whenever I came back, I must have forgot that I was doing the Island Boy mission and just went back to the All Outlaws mission. Now that screwed me over and I'm gonna show you how. Since I basically went and did this mission again, after I beat this Island Outlaw mission for the first time, all the time that I was supposed to spend on this Island Boy mission, I spent all of it on the Island Outlaw mission again. And by the time I started the Island Boy mission for real this time, look at my level, okay? Now let's go to a future mission in another area of the island. Sun-Kissed Warriors, right? Let's look at the level requirement. 2,500. See that? Now come back over here. Look at my level. And that right there is exactly why I said this. So I just realized I did a mission twice earlier, which set me back. Because ever since I did that one mission twice on accident, I kept having that same problem where by the time I get to a new mission, I'm not even supposed to be on that mission. I'm supposed to be on the next one. Luckily I didn't do the whole game like that because I caught on to it. So there we go, problem solved. So I just realized I did a mission twice earlier, which set me back. Which means I shouldn't even be on this mission. I should be on this one, yeah. There we go, that got me all caught up. Now me and Tyrant of the Skies, we gonna have to get it on. There we go. Tyrant of the Skies, out of there. How did I fit in that submarine? Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that help I just got for the boss fight, by the way. Because on one hand he helped me, but on the other hand he was a hacker who was AFK while the scripts did all the work. By the way, what do y'all think looks cooler on Mammoth? See these blue shards surrounding it? Do y'all think it looks better when it's this color? Or when it's red like it is right now? If you were to make me choose, I'ma personally have to go with the red over the blue. Red just goes better with darker colors. Alright, the last quest giver holding us back from being max level. We made it, Manny. We here. Okay, now before we start the last quest, the last pirate raid's about to happen, so let's get through that first. There it is, the final one. Imagine if a player joined right before the raid started. In that case, I probably would have still tried to go for it, hoping that they weren't doing the raid, since this is literally the last one we're doing. And the last fruit is a smoke fruit. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. Back in 2023 when I beat the game while spinning a fruit for every new island, the very last fruit I spun was a spirit fruit.
Oh.
And in my video right before this, when I beat the game while only using legendary or mythical spins, the very last fruit I spun was a gravity fruit.
No way.
So I was kinda hoping that the situation would be similar here where I get a very good fruit on my last spin. Looks like it didn't happen though. But I can't even be mad, because I already got my favorite fruit in the game pretty early on. And as a little bonus, I got Tiger and Spirit. So at the end of the day, we chillin'. As this being the mission that'll bring me to max level, my boy Manny gotta go all out for it, so I'ma let him handle that. Max level. No money spent on Blox fruits, no fragments spent on Blox fruits, and no in-game currency spent. Let me go ahead and add my stats. Now here's what I got for doing all that. Beating the game without any form of currency got me $45 million, 2,700 fragments, and here are the fruits it got me. So for completely free, I was still able to get a tiger and a spirit fruit. Here's everything I got in the first sea, everything I got in the second sea, and everything I got in the third sea. So yeah, this is all the fruits I got in this video while spending no money. The third sea didn't give me any legendaries or mythicals, but when I did my last raid I already explained how I'm fine with that. And you want to know what the best thing about this experience was? I got to spend a video with my favorite fruit in the game. That by itself made this whole thing worth it for me. By the way, Zay, what did you say earlier? My guess is that I'll be somewhere between 55 and 60 million. I don't know though, let's see if I'm right by the end of this video. Say it again, 55 and 60 million. Say it again, 55 again, 60 again, million. Let me hear it one more time. My guess is that I'll be somewhere between 55 and 60 million.